This is my manual pencil sharpener haul. These are arranged from most expensive to least expensive, although this is based on the fact that there's 4 in here. The overall price, I'll probably put it over here. But the one I'm most curious about is this Bostitch. It has this knob right here that you twist for either dull or sharp. But the other thing is that they say that it has a ratchet mechanism, so you don't spin it in one direction, you can go back and forth to sharpen it. At least that's how I think it works, so let's find out. I got a pink one. They just give you whatever color is in stock. So you can see right there, that's set to sharp, and this would give you a dull point. So let's set it to sharp, and I'll see, just take any one of these pencils, and I'll go back and forth. Oh, I see. You see how that twists around? So you could just quickly sharpen it up. That's not too bad. This is a close-up view. This is the sharp setting. I set that to dull, and let's see what it does to this one. This takes longer because it was busted on the end. Yeah, and it has a anti-over-sharpen feature. Tip saver technology prevents over-sharpening. That's with it set to the dull setting. You can see it doesn't come to a fine point. Same pencil, but I'll put it back on sharp and see what we get. And there it is again with the sharp setting. Overall, I like this one. I like the fact that you have 2 settings for dull and sharp. The dull setting would be good if you want a fatter line for shading, and obviously if you want fine lines, set it to sharp. Let's see how that cleans out. There's a door on the side that opens up. It's not too bad. So that gives us a chance to take a closer look at the sharpener, and it's made from plastic with a metal blade. The next one I'm curious about is the Staedtler, and this is the top of the line one. I think it's made from metal, the metal sharpener. Let's open it up. This pops open, and you have 2 different openings. On the back it says the small hole is for graphite and the large hole is for colored pencils. Got a graphite pencil. It looks pretty sharp. I went to sharpen that further and I busted off the tip. So let's open it up and get it unclogged. That happens to every sharpener. To open this, you press on this and then lift up. So you can see the culprit right there, and I could just pop that out. There it is. I think that was probably broken when I sharpened it, and that's why it popped off. They describe this as a metal sharpener. It's not the outside tub. That's actually plastic, even though it looks grayish. I think what they mean is this outer casing is metal instead of plastic. And it looks like you can remove the blades if you want to replace them. And you put it back together so that this ridged part is where it says press. The other thing about this is there's a lid that you can close so that the shavings don't come out. I'll pop that open, press this, empty it out, and that's pretty easy to empty. So there's that one. This is a less expensive version of the Staedtler sharpener. Let's open it up. It only has a single sharpener and it unscrews. I think this might be metal too. It has the same screw that you can remove and replace it. I like how easy this unscrews. It seems a little bit easier than pressing this and lifting up, or maybe I'm just not used to this one yet. Let's see how it sharpens. I think that's done. And here's a close-up of how sharp it gets. Emptying this one out is pretty simple. Didn't take any time at all. I'm not really sure if anything would come out of the top of that. I guess there's a little bit of an opening where things could come out. It doesn't look too bad. At the end of the video, I'll try and sharpen colored pencils with these too. Finally, we have, I think you can pronounce it Aipker, colorful pencil sharpeners. There's 4 of them in here, and it's a Ziploc bag, so it's easy to open up. I'll use the green one. You pop the lid, and it does have 2 different sizes here, so I'll use the small one. Sharpens pretty good. Here's a close-up so we can get a better look at the point. I say that works pretty good. To empty this one, oop, almost rolled off the table. To empty this one, you just pop off the bottom, which is a little bit scary because if you were to drop this, that might come undone. These are some old colored pencils I have laying around. They're freshly sharpened, so I hate to do it, but I'll have to bust the tips so I can try sharpening these. It's kind of brittle. These are old. Maybe I should get some fresh ones. We'll start with the green one, and what's interesting is it does fit into the smaller opening. That looks pretty sharp to me. Here's the Staedtler. Oh, I busted that one off. That just popped right out. This one keeps breaking. I think it's because they're old. I'll try a different color. These are from the early 1990s, so they might be brittle. Yeah, that worked fine. I think it was the color. It's got a nice point on it. Now we'll try the 2-hole Staedtler, and it actually does fit in the graphite one. I wouldn't go into this wider one because it goes in at different angles. Oh, that busted off too. I'll try a different color. This tip is kind of busted, so I'll just try that one. And that came out really sharp too. I'll take the one that was giving me trouble and I'll try it out in the Twist-N-Sharp. Oh, see, it busted off in there too. So this is a little bit harder to get at because of the side door. So if I try to spin this around so I can get at it. There we go. Oh, went too far. There we go. Now I can see it. Yep, it just popped out. So that is a little trickier to get a broken lead off. You have to put a pencil in and rotate this around so you can reach it through this door. See what I mean? There's that slot where you would be able to get a pencil point in there and push out the broken off lead. I'll try a different color just because I think it depends on how old these things are. Yeah, see, that works better. That looks sharp. So what are my first impressions of this? I think that these inexpensive ones might be nice if you like to take them with you and you're constantly losing them, or you want to have a bunch around. They work. I don't know how long they'll last. And also, like I said, the way they empty these is through the bottom, so maybe if you're worried about it falling off, because that comes off pretty easy, I figured I would just do a drop test. I've got some shavings in here and I'll drop it from different heights. So this is from 2 feet. Nothing. Let's try 3 feet. It's good. And 4 feet. No problem. But of the other ones, I kind of feel like that I might go for the single opening Staedtler. Unless you have really thick pencils, the one opening works pretty well, and I feel like this opens up easier. You can just dump it out. And it's also like you don't need to remember to close this. I do kind of like the ratchet mechanism, but is it really any faster than just going like this? It's also a moving part that could possibly break. I'm not sure how that would hold up in the long run. Maybe I'll do a video in the future after using these for a while. So to wrap up, I think I would choose this one first, and then maybe if you wanted just a ton of pencil sharpeners, I'd go with that. But if you just wanted one plastic one, I'd probably go with this one. I'm not sure how long that ratchet mechanism will hold up, but I kind of like it. And I like the fact that you can make it dull if you want, so that if you're shading, you don't have to like wear down the tip of the point to get a duller tip. I'll probably put some of these like in my sketch bags. These round ones might be a little bulky in there, whereas this one's flatter. You can see that the Staedtler one is quite a bit thicker. Might not matter, but it's something to consider. Please subscribe and like this video if you found it useful. Up next, you can watch my video about how I enlarge my drawings onto a canvas. Thanks for watching.